He's got the look, man. I'm just like a fucked up old creature. Here, yeah, that's it. Yeah, there it is. I don't do well with hats. I end up looking like somebody I don't want to know. I don't know, something.
So what night of the tour is this for Y&T?
You know, I haven't counted, but I would say it's probably about halfway through the U.S. tour. At least this U.S. swing that we're doing. And then we get back, we do 7 weeks in Europe and the U.K., come back and do some more shows in the U.S., and then back out to Japan to do a headline swing at the middle of January. Yeah.
How do the fans compare, like in America as opposed to like being in Japan or Europe?
Well, you know, I mean, fans are fans. I mean, they're all, I mean, with Y&T, they're all like dedicated, serious fans. So, you know, I mean, there's a few slight differences here and there. In Spain, maybe a little bit more passionate. It's like you could get 1,000 people that sound like 5,000 in Spain for some reason. I don't know what it is. And in certain places in the UK and stuff like that. But I mean, realistically, they're all pretty much about the same as far as their passion for the band.
Now, you guys played the first year a couple of years ago.
Right. Yeah.
That's the year I see you play there.
Yeah.
How do festivals compare to like a show where it's just a couple of bands?
You know, I like playing festivals because there's a lot of people and everything, but the problem is you're 20, 30 feet up in the air. There's a barrier. The first person closest to you is like 50 to 100 feet away, you know. And sometimes you feel like you're isolated up there, like you're all by yourself. I like playing in an intimate place, 500 people, 1,000 people, 1,500 people, something like that. That's just where you can feel the energy of the people right next to you, right up next to you. That's just my preference. I mean, I love playing the festivals. It's great to have, you know, 40, 50,000 people at a certain place. It's great, but I'd rather be playing intimate venues than, as far as being able to really get into the music. Yeah.
Now, Facemelter, your new album.
Yeah.
It's awesome album.
Thank you.
How's it being received? I mean, do you keep count of how many sales there are?
Well, we don't know about the sales yet because it's still a little bit too early. It takes like about 6 months before you start seeing all the sales figures come in. But Europe has done very well from what we've heard. Online, it was like one of the top albums on Amazon for like about a month and a half straight or something. Same with iTunes, it was doing very well. So, you know, I'm figuring it probably did easily as well as we were hoping it would. As far as how it's coming off, you know, I've been sort of surprised by how well it's been received when we play a new song, because it's integrating real well with all the other stuff. So it just seems like the fans love the new stuff just as much as the classic stuff for the most part. So it's been very good.
On YouTube, which is now.
Yeah.
Now, talk about.
Phil has been my buddy and partner since the very beginning of Y&T. I've never played a Y&T show without Phil up until last week, and that was very strange for me, I've got to tell you. But he's in the hospital right now. He's doing a multitude of tests, and they're trying to sort out his back problem and what's causing it and so on and so forth. But my hope is that he'll be well in a couple of months and back up on the stage with us.
Well, I mean, you did honor him as part of the show.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, he's my best friend. You know, I mean, I've never known anybody longer than, we've been together 37 years. You know, the only people I knew longer than that were my parents, you know. I'm an old bugger.
2.5 hours? Is that what you played tonight?
I don't know. I wasn't counting.
All right, I'm just going to give you a point of reference. Last time I saw Aerosmith only played 1 hour 20, and that was with Encore. And
right.
If Brad doesn't stop doing this, I'm going to.
You know what? The thing is that, and Phil could attest to this as well. We get about 1.5 hours into a set, and we feel like we've really kind of gotten into the swing, and you know, we just want to keep going and going and going. And it's weird because that's just honest, I'm not kidding you. I mean, that's just the natural feeling we've had for the last 3 or 4 years, especially since Mike's been our drummer and everything. It's just a good, tight unit, and we just don't want to stop, you know. And I don't get winded or anything, and I just feel like I just want to keep going most of the time, and we could. And but you know, I mean, you get past 2 hours and some of the people start yawning out there. So it's like, no, you know, we get 2 hours in, that's good. That's 2 1/4, you know, something like that. That's good.
But now it's time for you to buy us breakfast, and we understand.
Yeah, right.
So, but thank you so much for taking the time.
Absolutely.
To chat with us. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And you get soon.
Cheers.
How about some of your icons are when you are
Probably right off the bat was Hendrix, the first person that you know really made me listen. I mean, I was at that time I was 16 and I was listening to anybody that was a lead guitar player, and that was the perfect time for lead guitar players. Hendrix came in, and of course there was Clapton and Beck and Page and all those different guys that were making, you know, waves. And then beyond that, there was other guys that maybe people don't talk about so much. Leslie West, I loved his playing, his vibrato and his tone. I loved Dwayne Allman and Dickie Betts from the Allman Brothers, because they play with a lot of passion, a lot of soul. They would do those jams. That's something that has become, in the 90s, nobody played guitar solo. It was like, oh my God, man, that's what, you know, that's part of the whole thing about guitar, is like getting into it and putting passion behind your playing. You don't have any guitar solos. Ooh, and you know, thank God that those guys did. They would do like extended versions and do like 15-minute songs and stuff. And for some people, maybe it was boring. For me, it was like an expression of, you know, an individual and what they could put to their music and what to their instrument, you know. And those are the guys that among many others, that have inspired me over the years. Thanks. Cheers.